let's participate now. Students, you have to stand and tell what equality means to you. When we talk about women equality, what we want from them, how we want that we should be equal, in what ways? Come on. You have to interact. How the society is going to grow if you're not talking, not interact. We'll ask the teachers. कोई भी एक instance, कोई भी एक example बता सकते हैं आप that you want कि this should be there, which is not for women. So this is how I want equality. This. If you will not talk here, if you will not share your opinion here, then how the society is going to get empowered?
मैम जो गर्ल्स हैं आजकल करंटली स्पोर्ट्स में थोड़ा कम आती हैं.
Okay, so you want that
स्पोर्ट्स में भी ज्यादा है.
sports में जाना चाहिए, then you'll see. See, it's just applause there. I want. Now, no girl is talking, no woman is talking why they want to be equal and what they mean by equality. But at least a man is coming forward and saying that they're not more in sports. Yes, beta. Yeah, okay, so the KGR hospital, Kolkata. So you want equality in that way, that women and men can work together in one environment safely. The safety that she has raised is a very important point. I'll give you, we'll have examples. Like my example, I was supposed to come from Delhi today, okay, and I have to go back to Delhi again. So the first thing which came in my mind was, रात को late हो जाएगा, late पहुंचेंगे, whether it is safe or not, right? So जब वो thought process खत्म हो जाएगा ना, that is it safe to travel at night and go back to Delhi? When that thought process will not come in our mind as a woman, as a girl, then we'll say that it is there is equality, there is women equality. Okay? That has to be triggered. And uske liye, there's so many background parameters. Okay, good, thank you. So when we say what is equality, so we say the state in which women and men have equal rights, equal responsibilities and opportunities. So we all have equal rights. We can share all the responsibilities together, and we have all the opportunities together. So the opportunities that men have, women also have. So it is not only for women to learn; it is also for the men to learn this. Because they are two parts of a coin. Okay, men and women, girl and boys are two parts of a coin. So both have to exist. So both have to think about it. And when I say empowerment, the process by which women gain control over their lives and exercise their rights in various spheres of life, like social, political, economical, and so that means when a woman has a control on her life, control in taking decisions, control in doing all the all the things when it comes to social, economical, societal, or political fields. So that is empowerment. So I was going through some literature on the internet, and I found there are 3 dimensions in which we can define empowerment. The first is personal empowerment. What is personal? It's at micro level dimension, referring to individuals' personal beliefs as well as actions where personal empowerment can be observed. So that means you have to empower yourself first. So the personal empowerment, first one. Second is relational empowerment. That means I have to empower people around me. The relations I have to empower those people. So third is social empowerment. I just don't have to empower myself or the people around me. I have to empower the society as well. Okay? So in these 3 dimensions of empowerment के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं, and we can say that we are empowered when we ourselves are empowered. So, here's a quote by Jawaharlal Nehru that to awake the people, it is the woman who must be awakened. Once she is on the move, the family moves and the village moves, and the nation moves. So these are quickly, these are the historical perspective in ancient India, working on the education and social rights about the women, Cartesian mentoring medieval India. There was a decline of the women rights. Then colonial period made social reforms began, and the women lacked education and legal rights. The study system was during the this colonial period. And the key movements and outcomes that have come up in the history are the abolition of sati, widow remarriage act, Women's Indian Association, which demanded the voting rights, was in 1917. Hindu Succession Act, like you can inherit the properties of the family. Women has that right. It came in 1956. And Equal Remuneration Act. Okay, they are all the acts have come, but still they are not equally implemented. It is not being implemented. When I say that equal pay for equal work, but still the women are being paid less when compared to men. Then Domestic Violence Act came, and then Triple Talaq very recently in 70 it had come. So now UN is defining this women empowerment with 5 components. One is women's sense of self-worth, their rights to determine choices, their right to have access to opportunities and resources, and the right to power to control their own lives, and the ability to influence the direction of social change. So all the 3 dimensions that I told you, so all in those dimensions only, UN has given 5 components. There has been, these are the statistics, we all know about this, the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao programs, educate the girl child and save the girl child, and the gender inequality that exists. It doesn't exist only in the rural area, it also exists in the upper middle class as well. So it is because it is deeply rooted with our Indian culture and it has become normalized. Now, what is the progress? The progress in the last decade, we are talking about equality. More girls are going to the school and they are not being forced to get married in early age, and they are serving in parliament, they are in the leadership roles, they are in the business, they are business entrepreneurs. And all of after these benefits, still we have many challenges and it is a very slow process. And India has ranked 112 among 153 countries in annual Global Gender Gap Index for 2020 as per the publications of World Economic Forum. So how many of you have witnessed gender inequality either in your personal lives or professional settings? Raise your hands, don't answer. How many of you have experienced gender inequality? No one has? Don't tell me. Come on. Why are we celebrating Women's Day and why are we talking about women empowerment and equality? I don't agree. Come on. No one has. A boy is raising the hand. How many of you have witnessed gender inequality? No one has. I think girls will experience it. Huh? No one has. If there's no, you don't have to hesitate on this. ये कोई शर्म वाली बात नहीं है, ये कोई गुनाह नहीं है कि inequality देख ली. As an Indian citizen, as an Indian person, everyone must have experienced that, because abhi we are in the transition of this equality. We are not yet equal. We are not yet equal. Men and women are not equal. In economic, as per social, economic, political, educational, what all fronts are there? There's still long way to go. So I think all the girls who are women are in the room, they must have experienced or they must have witnessed inequality. So you have to guess. I can raise my hand, come on.
अभी भी ऐसे बेटी होती है किसी के तो वो सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते हैं, और किसी का 2 या 3 बेटी है तो ओ 3 बेटी है कैसे होगा, बेटा क्यों नहीं है. आज भी वो चीज है कहीं ना कहीं, वो इस चीज को इक्वल नहीं लेते हैं कि बेटी और बेटा कहने के लिए बराबर है पर मानते नहीं उसको, बिल्कुल नहीं मानते. तो वो चीज खत्म होनी चाहिए मैम. तब आएगी इक्वलिटी कि जब हमें लगेगा कि हाँ हमारे पास बच्चे हैं, हमें वो मैटर करना चाहिए नीली मैटर होना चाहिए कि ये बेटा है या बेटी है।
और जब तक ये रेगुलेशन नहीं होगा तब तक ये हो भी नहीं सकता. If you are going to sit quiet, if you cannot even raise your hands on this answer, then we are nowhere. We cannot reach where we want to go in equality. Because women are to be heard and the men have to listen to it. That where it is, where we need to go, where we have started, where we are, and where we need to go. So that has to be checked. So it is important to speak, as ma'am was, planning member was talking, that you have to be vocal about it. Then only that is only a one small step, baby step towards equality when we talk. Because when we talk of equality, we don't just talk about women empowerment. We are talking about अगर women equal होगी, empower होगी, तो men भी equally affect होगा, influence होगा. If husband, both husband wife are working, है ना, wife is working, then she is going to contribute financially to the men, to the husband. So, and आजकल everyone says ना that if both are working, then only काम चल सकता है, अदरवाइज काम नहीं चल सकता financially. Right. So, whoever is going into jobs and the students who are going to get jobs future, you will understand that, if both are working, then only you can run your family. And this is the basic for a middle class in India. And when the female can earn, when the female gets educated, when the female feels equal, and the female, she'll be equal, when she gets all those rights, and we have to understand that as an Indian citizen. So it just talks about the Gender Inequality Index. So these are the statistics. Women are earning 19% less still. Patriarchal norms and gender-based violence it still persists, and high dropout rates among the girls in rural areas also exist. So it's not only in rural areas. I'll give an example of my college. 2 years back, there was an excellent girl student. She was doing B.Pharm. And she cracked the NIPER exam, she cracked the GPAT, and she was among the top 50 rank holders in our college. And such a wonderful student, but she could not go for her higher education, her master's, because her family could not support financially. There was some that. So I think she had lost one of her parents, so they were not financially helping her. But the uncle and aunt, they already had, their family, so they could not help them. But if it was a boy, they would have made sure that boy gets educated. Yes. So that girl got a good, excellent job with high package, and she's doing wonderful. But still, if she had gone for the higher education, she would have done wonders. So we need to change our mindset. Not only the young generation, our generation, and the generation older to us. So we have to change this mindset. Then only we can, get successful when we are talking about equality and empowerment. Empower a woman and uplift an entire community. That's why he said you have to empower women. You have to empower you also. Then only it will uplift the community. Okay, so in your opinion, what is the most significant barrier to women's equality in India? अरे बाप रे, हम पैरामीटर्स की बात करते हैं, हम इमोशनल पैरामीटर्स की बात नहीं कर रहे, हम सोशल अदर पैरामीटर्स की बात कर रहे हैं. और कोई व्यूज है किसी के? हाँ, mindset की बोलते तो काम करने के लिए. Correct. Yes, a very big barrier. और barriers है माइंड में. भाई सुबह से टायर नहीं हो गए, अब थोड़ा सा इंटरेक्ट करते हैं ना, एंजॉय करो सेशन को. Sorry? Yes.
Sometimes family constraints are also there, due to which there is women inequality in the family.
Yes. और barriers बताओ. चलो मैं आपको I quote my example so that it gets interesting. Maybe the students can at least listen something, And I was sitting with my friend, we did our studies together, and she came to my university, and we were like, there was some event going on. There was some popular actor, no, not singer, had come, and we were enjoying, and she got a call from her husband, and she said she has to leave. So we were meeting after a long period. So then I told her that, she said that I have to leave. Tomorrow I have to go to my parents' house. So मैंने permission भी नहीं ली है. So, what do you think? What is wrong in that? Something wrong in that? So, for going to your family, you need permission from your in-laws or husband or. So, when this permission word comes, then control comes. And if control comes, that means you're not empowered. So, we will be equal and empowered. The society will be equal when that thought process does not happen. That you have to take permission for doing things. Right? So, there's a big list from the stats, lack of women in leadership, poverty, again, it's one of the examples. Workplace discrimination, inequalities, imbalance in unpaid care work, social norms and cultural practices, inadequate access to education and healthcare, food insecurity, violence against women and girls, inadequate funding for gender equality, legal barriers, and lack of access to clean energy and sanitation. So these 11 parameters or barriers have been listed, which are a hindrance to the women equality by 2030. So we all actually have to work on these 11 parameters. And when we are talking about equality and empowerment, we have to start from our home. When you go back, you have to think about it, जैसे फिर प्लानिंग मैम ने बोला कि आप 0.1% भी अगर आज लेके जाते हैं and you implement it in your family, then the work is done. So this is not just an event of Women's Day है चलो celebrate कर लिया talks कर लिया, no. You have to motivate yourself. This is one day where you can, because you get so busy with your routine life. Students are busy with their studies, exams, and thinking about future things. Teachers are busy in taking the lectures, doing research, getting papers published. We are so much busy in getting personal life, handling those, managing that. So we are so busy in all those things, we stop thinking about it. So days like this, they give us a moment to think about it other than our routine life. So you have to think about it, that when I talk about equality and empowerment, day-to-day life में वो हमें सामने दिखती है, and how we have to work on it. So that's why these one-day things happen. So these are the 11 barriers which we should see and we should work on it as a community, as a nation. So actually morning से I think discuss हुआ होगा that when we are talking about the components of women, so social inclusion, education, health and nutrition, economic empowerment, leadership and political participation. So all these components, when we work on these components, then only we talk about the nation's empowerment. When I'm talking about today, it's not about women empowerment, I'm talking about the society's empowerment and nation's empowerment. So what are the challenges? So we've already discussed societal norms. So our society system is like that. Economic disparities are there, education gaps are there. Now the girl students have started studying. Previously, when we go back before a decade or two, education for girl students was very rare. Safety concerns, okay, it's still a big barrier nowadays. Safety concerns is with every every level of your life, phase of your life, the security. It's not that only a young girl is unsafe, everyone is unsafe. So it has to start from the ground level. Then underrepresentation, low participation in decision-making processes affects policy outcomes. So okay, whoever is women empowerment के लिए policies कौन बना रहे हैं? Men बना रहे हैं. क्यों? Because women नहीं है वहाँ पे बनाने के लिए. Women क्यों नहीं है? Because you are not educated, you are not rising yourself through education, or you are not doing anything, or either you become an education पढ़ना नहीं है सारा तो activist बन लो. If you do something, then only you can be if you do something for yourself, then only you'll be at a position to take decisions, to make policies for women. Then only it will be, I went for an event, it was International Women's Day long back. It was the International Women's Day celebration only, and all were men sitting on the dais. I think I could see only one or two, main speakers as women. I went back home and I shared with my family that uh, that part of the society that has to work on the empowerment, they are not sitting on the dais. How the society is going to get inspired, motivated, or empowered when the women are not sitting on the dais? And today we saw all the women sitting on the dais. Talking about that. And it's not that they came for speaking. They all have done something in their professionally. They are at a position to talk about, to share their experiences, to talk to you about what empowerment is, what more, to motivate you, so that it comes to all the faces of all the society. It has to, we have to share our experience. Then only the awareness will come. There are certain, this I want you all to know that there have been government initiatives for empowerment of women. There are one-stop centers. These one-stop centers were made after the Nirbhaya, you all have heard about the Nirbhaya case. So after that Nirbhaya case, now there is Nirbhaya fund has been generated by government. Under that we have one-stop centers, which is already also called Sati Center, and then we have universalization of women helpline. So 181. Any distress, you can send a distress call to this 181. So this is the government initiative. Then there is a scheme is for rehabilitation of women. If you want to dignity maintain करने के लिए, you can go. The women can go to this breast schemes and stay in those rehabilitation centers. Then we have a Ujjwala scheme. This is for the prevention of trafficking and child trafficking, girl trafficking. जो trafficking victims होते हैं वो यहाँ पे इस स्कीम के अंदर रेस्क्यू किए जाते हैं, उनकी रिहैबिलिटेशन होती है, उनकी रिपेट्रिएशन होती है, to come back to their country or to their place, So all this comes under this scheme. Then there are working women hostels for the females, and you can stay in those hostels with your children also. So it is especially for the it has a daycare facility also for the married women. Then we all know about this Beti Bachao. Every roadways bus has this written Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. And actually, difference has come. Difference आपको लगा? पहले जब हमने नहीं सुना था बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ का स्कीम के बारे में, but now from last more than a decade, बहुत कुछ society में and government is doing on it. So आपने कुछ difference face, मतलब not face, आपने कोई difference देखा है? That girls were not being educated, but अब girls की education पे ज़्यादा and we are working more on it. And there was especially in Haryana there was female feticide. Like everyone knows कि भाई girl ratio is very less. The girls are less, boys are more. Like boys don't have girls to marry them. So that ratio why it has come because female feticide बहुत ही ज़्यादा था उस टाइम पे, and it is affecting. So what you will do today will affect the next decade. आपको नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा, but next decade में जो generation आएगा उसको फर्क पड़ेगा. That what? So अगर आज empowered होगे, आज कुछ करोगे, तो next decade वो positive भी मिलेगा. So negative also goes to the next generation, positive also goes to the next generation. So we have to do something about it. We have to be very vocal about it. So then we have this Mahila Shakti Kendra. This is for rural women empowerment. So it's for community participation. Then they have this Pradhan Mantri Matru, it's a Yojana. It's for the under this the maternity leaves. We talk about maternity leaves and giving funds to the pregnant women. The government is giving some funds of 5,000 to 6,000 rupees for the women who are pregnant. So these are the various schemes where government is helping the women sector of the country. Then we have Mission Shakti. So it's a mission mode scheme. It aims at strengthening the intervention of safety, security, and empowerment. We talk about safety, we talk about security, we talk about women. But this mission is actually it's on a mission where it's working on the implementation of everything. So, and its vision and its ultimate aim is the vision for women-led development. Okay, so this is a comparison. In 1951, around the time of India's independence, and next is today's time. So that time, girl gets married at 15. Now the girls are getting married at 22. At that time, girls were likely to bear 6 children. Now you have 2 or less than 2. Then at that time, maternity mortality rate was 2,000 out of 1 lakh. Now it has reduced to 97%. So how it has happened? It has happened to the government's initiatives and how the nation people they have worked on it, and they are still it's still going on. So only 1 of 11 girls, about 9% were lifted, but now 77 are lifted. So how the women have progressed? Women who can read and write are 77% now. Women with 10 plus years of education, 41%. Women in household with access to toilet. See, it's in very हम हमें लगता है कि नहीं toilet हमारे घर में तो है starting से, but there are like like 50 to 60% of women who are still in rural area which they do not have these basic amenities in their house. So when we talk of this, we talk of women as a whole. So women in households with access to clean fuel, women who can participate in decisions around their health, major household purchase, visits in there. So see, there were some male faculties who were talking about sharing the household chores or shopping together, or the woman is taking decision in doing some shopping of the house together. So it starts from there. कहीं से शुरुआत होनी है, तभी आगे जाएगा. बड़ी छोटा डिसीजन से स्टार्ट करेंगे तभी तो बड़ा डिसीजन में पहुंचेंगे हम लोग. So women who can decide on how to spend their own money, either alone or jointly with their husbands. So it's still happening. It's still happening in our country. We get married, we earn, and we give the money to husband or in-laws. And we don't get the liberty to spend our own earned money. It's happening. It's happening. You have to face the truth. It's not that denial doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Denial is not it is still happening. So that has to stop. Women has to liberate themselves कि वो नहीं हो, and men has to make sure कि वो नहीं होना चाहिए. They have to support the women like that. And for all that, the first and foremost thing is education. So that will give us a decision-making power, participation, we'll have good health outcomes, and we'll also get into critical thinking. Well, we are here to talk about these things. There were so many females who were talking about women equality and empowerment and give you a lot of motivation since morning. So the first thing what they had done in their career was education. So education has brought all women on the stage. Okay, so yes, state-wise government initiatives are there that this largely Lakshmi Yojana in Madhya Pradesh, it is for the financial assistance and incentives to the girl child. Then we have My Cargo with Vidya scheme in Punjab that provides a financial assistance for the education of girls. Then we have Mission Shakti in Odisha that promotes the self-help groups and economic empowerment through micro enterprises. So, like startups, very small startups kind. So, and Amma two-wheeler scheme is in Tamil Nadu. It gives a subsidy to buy the two-wheelers, and they can then become mobile and they can do their wonders, whatever they want to do. Now, before this also ma'am was talking about STEM. So what is STEM? STEM is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Women in STEM. And 43% of the women have enrolled for STEM with respect to education at undergrad level, postgrad level and PhD level. And we all have heard about this mission, Missile Women of India, suna? Jab agri hota hai na? So this Tessie Thomas, she has been a good name. Dr. Ritu Karidhar, he is a scientist from ISRO who was majorly responsible for the Mars observation, Dr. Gagandeep Kant, she is a famous biologist and microbiologist and vaccine researcher. Then we have some political leaders and corporate leaders you all care about. Indra, Louis, and Kiran Bedi. Ma'am has already talked about Kiran Bedi. Aruna Roy, she is was the founder of this Mazdoor Kishan Shakti Sangathan, and she had been a past president of National Federation of Indian Women. Then we have नायिका सबने आप सुना है ना गर्ल्स ने सबने सुना होगा यहाँ पे तो she started as a startup and Falguni Jaya is a good name as a successful entrepreneur Kiran Majumdar Biocon everyone है ना कामों में सबने इनके बारे में सुना होगा then we have Richa Kar she was founder of Zivami so equality for all stronger economics healthier societies inclusive leadership and a brighter future that is the power of women empowerment. And let's skip this. We have already talked about it. Now we Viksit Bharat and Viksit Bharat. The what is the status of women in Viksit Bharat? So with this scheme of Viksit Bharat, paid maternity leave for 26 weeks, 30 crore Mudra Yojana loans, 43% enrollment in STEM, and 20% increase in female enrollment in higher education. This is what we have achieved in Viksit Bharat. And when we talk about empowerment of women economic development in this year's union budget, women economic growth has budgeting for gender inclusive Viksit Bharat. This is the highest allocation in 2 decades. 49 union ministers and departments have gender focused policies. There are various schemes where they have made it that this much person women should be there in the parliament. These much person should be in the college, in education field. Like that. The government aimed for 7% women participation in economic activities 20. So a lot of things are at stake when we talk of women empowerment. So just quickly, I want to ये याद है सबको ads Indian ads that group gender. We had our society has a lot of gender stereotypes, right? When we were talking about कि हमारा social system is like that the change is not happening or change is very slow. So what media has done on it? Ma'am, in the previous lecture gave good examples about the movies and the clips she showed of breaking the stereotype of what problem we have, what concerns we have. So there are certain acts which I have picked up. The first one is Havel's Hava Badegi. Havel ad. याद है किसी को पुराना? So here the husband says that I will take the name of my wife. So this is breaking the stereotype. How we have to break the stereotype? How the men also have to work and women also have to work. Second ad we have Titan Rama. Her life, her choices. She rejects her fiance to get married because the fiance says that she has to stop working. And they meet after some time and then he says that okay, मैं थोड़ी job छोड़ सकता था. You have to leave the job. So that stereotype has to be broken. Our choice, our life, our choice. So Anu is a clothing brand. So ये याद है किसी को ad? Gold is beautiful by Collins. So this is the ad where a woman is pregnant. Radhika Apte is pregnant and she is denied promotion. And her woman boss is telling her that I'll give you are going for a maternity leave. When you come back, I'll give you the head position, something like that. So a woman boss only is suppressing her that she cannot get the promotion. So this is the stereotype that we have to break. Okay, this is a Ford ad. याद है किसी को? Actress तो याद होगी. So this is a Ford ad where the Kalki wears a Rakhi and then she goes and she drives the Ford. So she says that I don't need my brother or my father to drive. I can drive my life myself. So we have to take the motivation from these ads. Okay, do you believe India is on the track to achieve gender equality in next 10 years? हाँ, ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. ज्यादा होना जरूरी है, तभी तो आप लोग मोटिवेट हो गए, तब तो आप हिलोगे हिलोगे ही नहीं, वरना एक कॉर्नर में बैठोगे सिर्फ अपनी बुक्स खोल दोगे, पढ़ लिया, घर चले गए, खाना खा लिया, सो गए, लाइफ एंजॉय कर ली, दैट्स ऑल, राइट। और फिर 10 साल बाद कंप्लेन करेंगे यार अच्छी जॉब नहीं है, गर्ल्स, अरे यार उस टाइम पे कुछ कर लिया होता, लाइक यू नो आई डोंट हैव अ गुड जॉब, आई एम नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट। कहाँ हम फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस की बात कर रहे हैं। आज जब सुनोगे कि फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस इंपॉर्टेंट है, तभी उसके लिए वर्कआउट करोगे, ज्यादा होना जरूरी है, ठीक है। ये ह्यूमन, द ह्यूमन गेट्स you have, we have to educate human beings, then only they take the step, otherwise they don't take the step. We have to wake everyone up, otherwise you will be sleeping, you will sleep. तो एक अच्छे राष्ट्र निर्माण के लिए महिलाओं का सशक्त होना जरूरी है, एंड जब महिलाएं सशक्त होती है तो समाज की स्थिरता सुनिश्चित होती है। सो दैट वाज golden words from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So let's skip this. ये तो सबने सुना ही होगा, है ना, यत्र नारी पूजिते रमन्ते तत् देवता, राइट। सो the origin of a child is the mother. A woman, she shows a man what sharing, caring, and loving is all about. That's the essence of a woman. So remember that, and thank you. I think over हो गया, इससे ज्यादा खुश है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। एक्चुअल में ये सब कुछ तभी ठीक हो जब एक्चुअल में गर्ल्स अपनी सोच सबसे पहले ठीक करेगी, क्योंकि हम ही हमारे दुश्मन हैं। 50% एटलीस्ट हम भी है मैम, थोड़ी हमारी सोच
अपनी मतलब ह्यूमन, इंसान ही इंसान का, don't genderize.
मैम, इट इज अ जेंडर इशू आल्सो। थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। आज सुबह मैंने, मुझे ऐसे लगा लेक्चर सुन के कि मेंस डे होना चाहिए, पर अब ये लास्ट कंक्लूजन था मेरा। आई एंजॉयड इट अ लॉट, एंड नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट सर टू प्लीज फैसिलिटेट मैम, प्लीज सर।
एक मिनट। चीज बोली थी आप सबसे कि एक मैंने एग्जाम्पल लिया जो मैं देना चाहती हूँ अपनी लाइफ का, एंड आई वांट यू, एनीवे ना याद रहता है हमेशा किया हुआ कोई बात। आई गॉट मैरिड इन हरियाणा, ठीक है। आई हैव चेंज्ड माय फैमिली थॉट प्रोसेस, एंड सबको ये करना है। आई चेंज, like you know, they were female in my family who were not educated enough. I motivated them in the family and they completed their education. The girls in our family, and they are, I told them when you feel low, they should know that, you know, my mother is educated. And the girl child in our family, you know, I make sure that, you know, if you go to a family, a girl gets up and gets the water, I point it. Why the boy is good? What the girl is good? Send the boy. So that change has happened. तो वो हम ही करना, ठीक है? Thank you.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम। I request Dr. Bhavna ma'am to please felicitate some of our guests. Dr. Benu, please ma'am.
Sir.
Preeti ma'am, please ma'am. This is Anjali Dixit ma'am. This Swati. Now it's time to announce the prize winners of oral presentation. First prize goes to Shalu from LBS. Second prize goes to Shikha Rana from Rayat Bara. Please students come up. And third prize goes to Mamta from Sri Ram. Second, Mamta from Sri Ram. Third prize goes to Mamta. Please come up. Next are the winners of the poster presentation. Preet Pal from IIM. The first prize goes to him. Please students give them a huge round of applause. Second is Divya Arora from CDS. Third prize goes to Tripti Rana from CDS. Students give them a huge round of applause. Thank you very much, all of you. Actually, some of our students, they have prepared performances also. Only two performances are there. And it will be entertaining also and enjoyable also. So let's enjoy together. So first of all, I would like to welcome Lisa Garu. And the girls want to play with. So the next part, now like to invite the Mila group.
PTS, Dr. Gupta, Honorable General Secretary, Haryana State Council for Child Welfare, Chandigarh, for her gracious presence and invaluable insights that enrich the today's session. Our special thanks to our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Indu Kalpur, ma'am, Dr. Kanchi Koli, ma'am, Dr. Jaita Hashik, Dr. Ikshita Rao, I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Dr. Poonam Piplani ma'am, Dr. Dipti Pandita ma'am, for their valuable insights and thought-provoking words. Thank you, ma'am. Your insights, experiences, and encouragement have truly ignited a spark in the minds of our students, especially the young women present in there. I heartily thank to Dr. Milind Ambedkar, President APTI, and Dr. Vanda Patwari, President APTI Women Forum North Zone. The collaboration with the APTI Women Forum has strengthened our collaborative voice in advocating the gender equality and empowerment. My special thanks to all the principals, faculty members, and delegates present here from the various colleges, organizing team, and the management of Guru Gobind Singh College of Pharmacy for their unwavering support in making this seminar successful. Our sincere appreciation also goes to the non-teaching staff whose dedication behind the scenes ensured the smooth execution of this event. Thank you all. Moreover, at the last, I congratulate you all. Happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you. Now I request all the